Hi, and welcome back to Lux Garage. Anyway, we should be going live pretty soon, I hope. I'm trying to get my phone connected now, and it's always the last minute trying to get everything finished up. Hope everybody's having a good day. I couldn't get my other thing to work. So anyway, I'm not for sure if this is going out yet or not. Like I said, I hope everybody had a good weekend, a good week so far. Update if you got a video. I've got it done. Just hadn't dropped it today because it said that if I dropped it today and I go live, it would pull away from the live or whatever. So I just was like, well, I'll just wait and do it. So anyway, my wife says I'm on. My dad is here. Hopefully some people will come in here pretty soon. I'm trying to get my video pulled up now. Tool time. What's up? It's live. Yeah, I'm trying to get a few things moved around. Hey, what's going on, Deborah? Went to the Redneck Rumble this last weekend. Had a great time. Bought a few odd and ends. Really cool stuff. Mary McQueen is here. How's it going, Mary? Hey, what's going on, Carol? Glad to see everybody coming in. Like I said, we had the Redneck Rumble this last weekend. Got some pretty cool stuff. Few Hot Wheel pieces. Few remote control pieces. And I'll go over some of that stuff as everybody starts coming in. What's going on, Mid-Century Monsters? Yeah, I'm just, like I said, I'm trying to pull this up so I'll have it on my phone. I don't know why it's not connecting. Okay, I'm connected, finally. All right, sorry about that. So, anyway, hope everybody's finding some cool stuff, if they're looking for cool stuff. I got some really cool stuff this weekend I want to share. Got two really neat pieces I've been looking for some time. This Jump Master set in the English version. Box is not perfect, obviously, but for what it is, I needed one for my collection. I have this in a foreign package. I was hunting for it earlier, and I couldn't find it, but I have it. I did a video on it a long time ago, but anyway, I'll find it, and I'll have the foreign version and the American version now for this. Had to buy this one to get this one. He wanted to sell them as a set. So, hey, everybody. Easy. What's up, Chris? Chris is in the house. So, anyway, pretty excited about this weekend. I've got a meetup I'm going to go to Friday, and I'll go see Mary. She'll be there. And then Tuesday, I'm flying out. Next Tuesday, I'm flying out to go hang out with Chris for a week. We're going to go to the Hot Wheels Hot Wheels convention in LA, and I'm excited about that. So, anyway, so we'll get started. I'm trying to get my phone back on here. I hit something and it closed it. Anyway, I'll get this one piece out of the way, and this was probably one of my favorite. I know there's a couple of things that was really awesome to pick up, but this is an old painter's hat. I've never seen this one. I'm sure there's some out there. These things really thin, but it's really cool. I like the way it's got the Trans Am logos. It's got the 79, 80, the bigger bird on it. It doesn't have a date on it. But you know, I'm big into Trans Am, so when I saw that one, I just thought it was awesome, so I went ahead and picked it up. And then I actually bought two hats this weekend at the Rumble. This was my favorite hat, but my next favorite, obviously, I'll set this back here for a minute, is this one here. I'm not 100% sure what this come with. I don't know if it's come with a it's a kid size. It's made in a USA, says right there. But it's kid size. I don't know if y'all might know more than I do. Was this a like a costume or something for kids back in the day or whatever? But I saw it with an A-team. I asked about it and she told me $2. So I was like, I ain't no brainer for $2. So it's cool. So I put it up. I put it back there on Frankie. But anyway, let me see who else is here. Let's see. Yeah, see you there. Yeah, I plan on being there probably. I'll come up sometime Friday to that. I've got to get a hold of somebody and see what time they're going to be hanging out. I know they're going to hang out later in the evening, but I'm going to try to go up a little earlier. Melissa said, is the Camaro in the jump set? No, the Camaro didn't come in the jump set. It's not 100% complete. But I knew that whenever I bought it. Most of the track pieces, both of these, he made me buy both of these. I'm glad I did because most of the track pieces I think are in this box to this one. But there's no cars in either one of them. This one would have had one of the Camaros there, the blown Camaro, but it wasn't in there unfortunately. But if somebody collects the blown Camaro and will need that set, it's not the perfect set, but the Jumpmaster by far is a lot harder to find than this one. But I do have a couple of extra Camaros. Obviously, when I put that up, I'll display a Camaro in front of it. And then Red's here. Hi, Red. What's going on? What I was just going to do is kind of go through what I got this weekend. I've got some Hot Wheels stuff. Let me move that. And I just thought I would show y'all some of that. I did not on the list here. I had somebody reach out and they asked about. One person asked about the Dodge Rampage, so I pulled the Dodge Rampages, and somebody asked about the Nissan 200SX. So I got both of them. I got those pulled down, and then somebody also asked me about some black walls that's in my collection because I had said that some black walls I'll take in any kind of condition. So I was going to show you something that's in my collection. They asked me if I had some in my collection that they didn't care if I upgraded or not. So I said, well, I'll bring some out this week, and we'll talk about those. Talk about some more of the stuff I found, which was pretty awesome. And if there's anything y'all want to talk about, by all means, jump in there. I am just trying to get everything out and about. One thing I did not still find is I still haven't found that blue book, Series 4. I apologize about that because we've been looking for that for a minute, but I'm hoping that maybe I've got some out in the shop, but I haven't been out in the shop this week, so it is what it is. I apologize. Anyway, what I'll show you what I got at the show real quick for Hot Wheels wise, and then we'll go over some of these. Actually, we can just do the Hot Wheels first, and then we'll come back to the stuff I picked up because a lot of people may not care nothing about the toy part of it because I like the toy stuff. But somebody asked some rare black walls. I only pulled black walls. I didn't bring any of the red lines, but they asked me about some rare black walls. And I did bring one red line down with me because I think they go hand in hand with each other. And well, shoot. So anyway, we'll go over those real quick. I'm sorry. Randy's here. What's going on, everybody? I'm sorry. I'm kind of scatterbrained. But right off the bat, we'll start with all the black walls that, like I said, they asked me, they said, you'll collect some black walls and you don't care about the shape as long as you have one. And, is there some that you got that you'd like to upgrade, but no big deal? Well, this is the kind of shape I'm talking about. I don't know if y'all can see that. This is the olive tempo on the Baja Breaker. And this is the only one that I have that's real. I have been sold a fake one before a long time ago when I was excited about finding this stuff. But this is a pretty tough piece if you're looking for it. It's not impossible, but you can find them if you're looking for. But there's the olive tampo, and you can see the shape on it. It's probably, well, you can see the scratches and stuff, but I'm gonna say it's a C7, close to it, C6, C7, or that's what I feel like it is. And I think that's good enough that if I ever upgrade, I will. It's going to have to come across it pretty lucky or easy to trade around with. Deborah says, if anyone has a small child's T to size 6, Walmart has red 60-foot box set of Hot Wheels. Oh, cool. What's up, Woody? Woody's here. Here's my next black wall that I would like to upgrade eventually. And this is a the Jeffrey, of course, the Giraffe Bywayman with no toolboxes, but they're getting pretty expensive. So that one's displayable. This is the tampo is the worst part of this one. The white's not bad at all. It's the tampo that you could tell somebody's played with there on the side. So this is probably a C6, C7 condition, and it's right there with, it's good enough. And if I ever come across it, obviously I would trade for another one to get maybe another one. And like I said, if there's anything y'all want to know about or talk about, y'all can jump in there. The next two that I don't care about upgrading because I think they're probably good enough for my collection is the thrill drivers. I've actually got a better one of these, I believe, but it's not with me right now. So I pulled this one. This one's not bad, but this white one here could be upgraded. You can see there on the side. Back whenever I collected, I think I told y'all before that I was like more interested in trying to knock everything off the list to get one than I was trying to hunt like every perfect thing. Plus the budget, but the budget's always one of the things too you got to kind of look at. So Thrills Drivers Torino, I do have this set, the box. I think it's over there somewhere. I think I did I've done that in a show like over a year ago. But anyway, that would be, I wouldn't mind upgrading the white one a little bit, but not super worried about it. And they're not like crazy expensive. You could probably upgrade them for $60, $80 a piece. Now this piece right here is a little bit more difficult. If anybody knows much, obviously, about the Blackwall stuff, is the gray ribbon Corvette Stingray Blackwall. And that one is probably one of the ones that, again, it don't really bother me that it's not 100% perfect. All the tampos got a little bit of mess up, but the gray's not too bad on it. So to me, it's good enough. And so that one to me is good, but to get a better upgraded one, $200 or $300, maybe more, depends on the shape. There you go. And I'll hit the last Blackwall that I pulled down for now of the ones that I would like to eventually upgrade, but this one is good enough, is the staff car. As you can see, got quite a few pot knots on it, but it is a staff car, and you can read staff car. So if you display it, it's much better to display it on this side, and you can kind of really, don't look too bad. But I went ahead and, while I was in there, since they're next to each other, obviously, I pulled the Redline staff car, and it wore pretty good, but this is one of the cases that the Blackwall is rarer than the Redline. The Blackwall is going to be worth more than the Redline, but obviously this one's really beat up, but I'm just tickled to have them. So there again, that's the kind of stuff that, and the rarity that I'm like, if you find them and you need a piece to put a hole, that you got a hole in your collection, that's what I picked them up for. And of course, over the years, I try to knock them off my list in my tow mart, and so that is what it is. Let me catch up with the chat. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. Looks like Prater's Garage. What's going on? What's going on? Prater's Garage is here. We are just I was just went over some Blackwall stuff. I had somebody ask about some Blackwalls that I'd said last week that I didn't care at any shape. I need them for my collection, and I didn't care if I ever got them upgraded much. So that's the ones to me. And everybody kind of knows the Blackwalls those years and those pieces. They're a little bit tougher to come by. Well, a lot tougher than most. So that's one other reason why that I decided that was what I was going to do. So anyway. Yeah, I hear you on there, Woody. The beater red lines are a little bit more affordable, but even that one in beater, I don't know. What would y'all guesstimate? I would say this one would still bring 250, 300 maybe. I don't know. Maybe not that much, but it's up there because the real nice ones are over $1,000 now. So $200 probably. I've been good. Yeah, I didn't go to Huntsville this last weekend. I went to the Redneck Rumble, and that's where I got like these 2 boxes. Uh, the guy gave me a deal on these 2. I ended up buying both of them. I had to buy both. He come down to $28, as cheap as I could get. But if you go try to hunt this box, you'll pay more for just the cardboard box in this shape than $28 usually. So hence why I was tickled to death to get this piece, because I've been wanting one to go with my foreign version. My foreign box is probably about this shape or so, but it'll look good whenever I get them displayed up on the shelving. I've actually got a buddy of mine that's going to sell me a bunch of shelving and a couple of more big stands and some 2 more 6-foot twirling cases. I may have told y'all last week, so I'm excited about getting that, but I won't be able to get any of that till after I get back from the SEMA show, because everything's booked up for the next while. James is here. What's going on, James? Yeah, you got the G-Force. This was the one with the blown Camaro. There was like, I think I've got 4 or 5 different boxes with the different cars on with the G-Force set, but that one did have the blown Camaro on it. I was hoping the Camaro would be in there. It's not. Neither one of these had the Camaros, so it is what it is. But so we will. Huntsville is this coming weekend. Deborah's telling everybody that Huntsville's this weekend. I've got a meetup I'm going to, and it's toward Knoxville, Greenville. So it's going to be a pretty good time. I'm going to go Friday. I don't know if I'm going to make it any of the other days, but I'm definitely going to go up Friday and hang out there. I've got to get another video. I got one I'm dropping tomorrow. I wanted to drop it this morning, but I had to edit it. It's going to be super long. It's all the rod run to finish up that one. And then I got the Redneck Rumble I'm hoping to get out by the end of this week too. So I've been super busy on getting that. Mine didn't have one either. Picked up mine at the yard sale. Yeah, that is cool. I've got one of them back there on the wall. But oh yeah, a question while I'm gonna start going through these. I didn't know who this guy was. Daddy knew right off the bat, but I seen this guy. He's one of those chalk type people. But that dude was cool. He was painted all up. I can bring him closer here in a second. But if y'all know who he is, I'm trying to remember his name. Charlie something. But y'all may know who he is. I'll bring him up here closer. I just thought he was awesome. But anyway, that's beside the point. So we'll go over the Dodge Rampages next. So I don't have the Mexican versions of the Dodge Ram. I do have one Mexican, the red line. So of course the Dodge Rampage, you've got the gray hub Real Rider, and then you've got the white hub Real Rider there. And then you've got, obviously, this is the Mexican version with the white, see the white interior and the white bike, not bike, but a three-wheeler in the bed. So that's what you're looking for whenever you're looking for the foreign one there. Yeah, it's not mint, but I've got a piece of it. That's another one of those like we just talked about actually that it doesn't bother me if I ever get an upgrade. These are just these stuff like this is tough to find a lot of time. So, and it does have a Malaysia base where this one, there's the Hong Kong. And then the white hub of mine has the Malaysia base there. So there's that one. That's the Dodge Rampages. So hopefully they saw that we went over the Rampage whenever they see it later. They might be here too. Some people never really talk a whole lot. They just come and hang out, which is fine too. But if anybody wants to, they can just chat, put whatever y'all want to talk about into theirs. So anyway, let me get back over to chat real quick, and then we'll go over the 200 SXs. I did get asked about that. Yeah, Daddy knew who he was right off the bat. Let's see. Yeah, Charlie McCarthy. I'll bring him up here close right here in a second. Yeah, if y'all ever you ever want to know something about something, y'all can ask me here, and I'll try to get to it if I can find it. That's my problem with a couple of things right now on some of that stuff y'all got on the list. He's one of those chalk people, and the guy, whenever he was moving him, he bumped him, he fell over, and you can see right there the piece for it is down in there. So what I was going to do is I'm going to fish that out. I'll just glue it once he's up on the shelf. You won't see him, but that's pretty wild paint there. I don't know if he was trying to be like a Dracula style guy or whatever, but he's pretty cool. So thought he'd hang out with Frank this week back here. So he was pretty sick about it, but he sold it to me cheap enough that I didn't have to worry about it. So, oh yeah, something else I got asked about. I just remembered I've got it laid here, and we'll go over that here in a minute. So the Datsuns, we'll go over the Datsuns now. Let me see what everybody's talking about. Never heard of him. Rampages are cool. The Real Riders, yeah. Have you tracked down a couple of Porsche's cars? I've got a few Porsches. I haven't. You was wanting some of the rarer stuff. I mean, I can do Porsche 911s, or you wanting like I know you want like the Porsche 917s. I've got some Porsche. Let me just write it down. What I'll do is I'll just bring some Porsches down for. Now listen, just before we forget, I fly out next Tuesday. I'm going out to see Chris. I'm gonna hang out with him for a week, and I'm flying back on Tuesday. So the next 2 Tuesdays, I don't know. I might do a live down there, and we may move it a night. I don't know yet. And then when I come back, we may move it a night, or we may still have it on Tuesday. So apologize. I'm just letting you know before we forget about it. I don't want to forget about it, but just letting y'all know that next week, if you don't see something coming up, it's all right. Let me write the Porsches down. That's what I'm doing right now. Sorry, I like to write it down because if I don't write it down, I will forget. Still got the Blue Book series right there, 4 written down, and I know that this has been something I've been looking for a while. So I'm gonna put Porsches, and the next time I'm here, that's gonna be one of the things I'm gonna pull. I'll pull down some Porsches. So we'll finish up the questions people have. Then I'll go over some of the stuff I picked up. Anything y'all want to talk about is fine too. So the Datsun 300. The Datsun 200 SX. I believe it originally come out in 1982. is the first year of it. And so Malaysia base. And then here's the Malaysia, and here's the, I'm sorry, let me show you. This is the Malaysia base. It's got a lot darker red than your Hong Kong base does. But I want to kind of show you something that's kind of cool on this car. And I can't say that somebody didn't rub this off, but there's no tampo at all on the other side. And it doesn't look like there's ever was a tampo on the other side. Because that's a lot of tampos. And it don't look like it's ever had a tampo on the other side. So anyway, that's the first year they released. This was 1982 release. I think the Malaysia base come out in 80. I'm trying to remember. I can look over here at the tow mart. It can remind me, but I want to think it come out in 84. No, it come out in 82 also. It just come out in Malaysia and the other. So anyway, thought those were cool, especially if you look at the orange on this one compared to it's got more red. And then this side doesn't have any tampos at all. I don't think it's ever had tampos. So anyway, that's the white version. Then you've got the yellow. I remember the yellow hot ones. And funny thing is that's a Hong Kong base too. So, and the yellow one, I believe it was a 3-pack car, if I'm not 100% sure. But I'm pretty sure it was a 3-pack exclusive on that one. Because I think I've got the 3-pack somewhere that's still in. As you can see there, they went from yellow to to white to the yellow. Then they went to the gold. And then here's your gold ones. And trying to remember, there was a variation on this, I'm pretty sure. Let me put the yellow one back over. I'm trying to remember the variation on this one. Let me look at the base. I want to think it was a base something, but I don't see it right off the bat. I'll have to get back and start looking at them, but there's the gold ones there. Both of these have gold hot ones. They both say Malaysia on the base, but I don't see anything crazy right off the bat. So I really don't remember for some reason on this somebody might be able to tell me, other than the tampo is way down on one side, unless I kept it for that reason, because I've come across, you can see like that's the way it normally is, and this one's like way up on the side, and the other side is a little high too. So I don't know if that's what it is. And then also the stripe on the side is a way different color too. But anyway, just wanted to, somebody had messaged and asked about the 2000 SX. It's a piece you don't see a whole lot of. And there was also a red version that come out, and I don't have it. So that's one on my list that these cars don't come out a lot. I mean, they're not super expensive, but I don't know that there's a red one, but it says Datsun on the side instead of the 2000 SX, and it's got like a white stripe on it, and I don't have it yet. So let's see. Edward Berger was a popular ventriloquist. Let me look back here. James saying Edgar Bergen was a popular ventriloquist in the 50s, and that was his character. Okay. I don't know why he's painted all wild unless the guy just painted him like that. I don't know if he got them in white and they just painted them crazy. But anyway, I just thought it was cool. I think it'll glow under a black light too. But anyway, just a couple ones you liked. Yeah, I'll definitely pull those out. The white one gets expensive. It does. Daddy said hit the like button. I appreciate it. So one last question I did have sent to me. I had a question about the black walls and the rare ones that I was talking about, the shape. Then I had questions about the Rampage variations I had and the Datsun at 2000 SX. And I do agree with the person that messaged. that you don't hear a lot about the Datsun 200SXs. And before we get over some of the stuff I bought, somebody asked about these action packs. And they asked about, they found a bunch of action packs, and they was asking me what the rarest action pack, or at least what I thought was the rarest action pack. And to me, this whole series that come out on the, like, this wave, let me see what year, I can't remember the year on this one, 1998, so these come out in 99. The Scum Chums to me is the most expensive one. You can usually pick the rest of them up. Now there is a motorcycle one that's pretty expensive, but the rest of them are, you know, relatively cheap to pick up. But the best part about that is it's the only time they ever made the bathtub and the alligator, and it's the only time they ever made the hot seat with the rat sticking out the top. Of course, you know they final run the hot seat, so that's the only way you can get the hot tub or the bathtub there. So anyway, that's a tough piece. And then there's some of the pieces there on the back. I've always wanted to get another one of these, but I've not ever been able to track one down cheap enough to trade around to open, because I would like to have this one open, because I do like to have that set open. Thought it was cool. So that was the other question, is what I thought the rarest action pack is. I mean, I know there's some really cool ones, like I like the drag race set, and then a lot of people are like the tool time one, but the other one would be the super bikes there. Something you don't hardly ever see is the super bike set. I think I've owned about every one of these over 2 or 3 times, except for this one and the super bike. But I've never really hunted for the super bike. So anyway, I know that's just rambling, but it was a quick thing that I wanted to go over, because when y'all ask a question, I try to find it. And whenever y'all ask about something, I hate not having it the next week, because that's what the whole point is I want to do with the show, is for y'all to ask questions, me to probably be able to find them. So I got the blue book and the Porsches wrote down. I told you I started new on the page so I wouldn't get confused. So there's that. Oh yeah, last week we went over the, for some reason we went over the gold ones, and I talked about this. I should have pulled this out, because we talked about the Datsuns, and I thought I'd pull this out. Now, the rubber bands have let loose on these 3, as you can see, but it's pretty brittle. It's even got a couple of cracks in the plastic where it's yellowed, but this right here is a super tough piece to find. And the golden machines, obviously, one of the tough pieces to find. And so I was tickled to get this one, because it's got the hot bird in it. And of course I've got the hot bird in like a gold and almost a silver gold, and a couple different, I think it's got a couple different bird tempo colors. But to find one in the package, I wish those 3 was strapped back in. I would have to physically open it, and I just think it might be better to leave it in this shape. Y'all can let me know what y'all think, but this is a tough piece. And anytime there's anything with a hot bird on the actual packaging, I do like to kind of pick it up with the hot bird in it. So anyway, that is that piece, and I just thought I just went ahead and brought it down, because I was trying to find the make to that. So now we can go over what I ended up picking up this weekend. Thought his face looked like a, yeah, it did. I used to drive a Datsun truck. Yeah, Woody, I didn't have, they're all variations. If for some reason I can't figure out the variation right off, I'll have to go look and see, because some things I just can't remember why. And Chris said the dune buggy behind me, yes. Air jammer, I was going to go over that. That was one of my favorite finds of the weekend, because I had one exactly like it when I was a kid. It's an awesome shape. It don't have the pump with it. This woman set up last year, and I bought some really cool stuff from her, and I bought a bunch of cool stuff this time from her, and I'll go over it with you. What was I turning around? Oh yeah, the golden machine. Woody asked what year these come out. I'm trying to remember the date on this. I don't want to tilt it back too far and scratch the cars that are loose up. Trying to find the date on this one. I know it says it on the bottom somewhere. and I apologize, 1978 it says, so this would have come out in 79. So 1979. And the Ferrari there's trying to move around in there already. But other than these three cars moving, this is a mint set. If you was looking one to open, this might be a good candidate because some people take these off and puts a new piece of clear plastic. You can just slightly heat up this end. I've seen people open these up, slide these out, straighten their cars up, and take the rubber bands off. They'll put like a bread tie on the wheels and around the little holes in there. I don't know if y'all can see the holes. You can kind of see the rubber bands in there. But what happened is obviously this happens to them over the years. And it might be better off for display wise to do that, but um, I've just never sat down and thought about it. Um, yeah, Richard, the package is a little bit on the front, but that is I'd say even in that package with that shape, since all the cars, half of them are still connected, actually about four of them, I'd say that's still 250 set, 200 $250 set. Real nice ones. I've seen one a little nicer, sell for almost 500. I think it was a few months back. So they do get crazy on those. Yeah, Chris was asking about this car here, and this was one of my favorite pickups of the weekend. This thing is in awesome shape. Remember the air jammer? I had one of these, and then I also had one that like shot up in the air. But this one was the one where you could take the wheels and you could select which way you want the wheels to go. And then you had this a little pump with a piece of plastic tube that come off, filled it full of water. It pressurized your water, and then whenever you let it go, you hit the button, um, and whenever you let it go, it took off. So So there's that. That's the Tommy hair. I mean, I had one identical to this. Trying to see y'all remember the year of these? This says Tommy made in Japan there on the end, but I do remember having this, and that was one of my favorite things to find. And the stickers are still, everything looks like it's in good shape. I wish you would have had the pump, but sorry about rambling on that. But I'll show you some of the stuff I bought from this one woman. I bought a bunch from her last year too. I bought that piece. I bought this remote control Ferrari. Uh, it's a Radio Shack Ferrari. Kind of funny, we've been talking about remote control cars. And there's your remote control for the Ferrari from Radio Shack. And I just thought it was a cool little display piece. Um, so I was just making a deal on a lot of her remote control cars and stuff. So I ended up picking that from her. Thought that was cool. I'm not for sure what year these come out. It may have a year on the back of this Radio Shack thing here, but I don't see it. The back is missing on that. But I just thought it was a cool display piece. Um, and these were like some of the first radio controlled cars. I know it's got to be 80s. But these were some of the first. Remember when they went straight from, they used to all had remote control, which they would be with a wire, and then these were radio controlled where they were wireless, whatever. So this I picked up from her. I thought it was awesome. Uh, I didn't have that one when I was a kid, but it had the air jammer. Um, she also had this piece. Now, I never had one of these, but I remember seeing these back in the day. This is a Porsche. Uh, this piece here is the Porsche Racing Castrol. These pieces go up and down. This light lights up. This is one of the cars that I guess does the flip around or whatever. But the tampos on this thing is whoever had these didn't play with them hard. Because these stickers are still in great shape. I mean, you got your Dunlap, Bilstein, all that good stuff. Kind of crazy. So, anyway, she made a deal on that too. Let me get with the chat and I'll show you some other stuff. Um, that I picked up there. Let me see. Thought I seen. I must have hit the button. Here you. I'm on my phone. It's all right, Woody. No big deal. James, do you have the Mattel 80th Red 5-pack with the Walmart 80th Red 5-pack? Is that the Walmart exclusive? I do not have the 80th Red 5-pack. I'm not for sure which car you're talking about there. That was the 5-car exclusive, but I'm not 100% sure which car you're talking about. Is that the Walmart exclusive? Do you have the red? Maybe he's asking if the 5-pack's Walmart exclusive. I may be. The Target 9-pack is what I really want with the 83 Silverado. That's the one that I need because I need that Silverado. And if y'all have seen the Silverados lately, there's 3 new Silverados coming out. There's another color, like a gray color, and then they got the Black Widow one coming out also. I'm sure people have seen the pictures of that. Radio stuff is pretty cool, yeah. Porsche looks cool, yeah. So I got that. Also picked up, trying to think of what else I got from her. Oh yeah, this. I don't know if y'all remember this, the Flex, were the wheels. She didn't have the battery compartment thing, but this is one that you shifted, and then whenever it hits up, the wheels would come together and pull up. So, kind of like the animal, but it didn't have the you know how the animal, whenever he comes up, it had the claws come out, which I had them up in the shop somewhere when I was a kid. I still got those, but this one's one I remembered. I never had this one, but I remember that whenever it got resistance, that the wheels would come up together and then start digging. Said I wished I could have found the cover for this. Like I said, this thing, all these toys I think must have come from the same person, because I got those 2 cars, that car, this car, all from that woman, and I just thought that was cool. I don't know if y'all remember the Flex or not, but kind of neat little thing. Come out in I think this come out in 80. It says 85, so probably 86 from Japan there. So anyway, nothing crazy, but just remembered it when I was a kid, so I just went ahead and picked it up. It was going to be a package deal anyway, and then I'll go over some of this other stuff. Let's see. It also had Bone Shaker twin mill. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I don't have it. I don't remember if there's any. I don't remember there's any cars that I need out of it. I think that's the reason I hadn't picked it up. But I have seen 1 or 2, but I can't remember if that was Walmart or Target that I saw them at. And then she also had this down there, and I remember having one of these when I was a kid. Now, I don't know if I still got this from when I was a kid or not, but this was one that would fold up into the. Remember, it'd fold up into a gun. This would come back, and then it'd become a pistol or whatever, little whatever you want to call it. But it also folded back out into a robot. I don't remember the guy's name. It's made in Hong Kong, but I can't remember the name and when this come out. But and then she had this remote control here. I just thought that was cool. This is a remote control for the Robbie. Y'all know Talking Robbie robot. And I just thought I just needed to go ahead and pick it up. So I went ahead and picked it up too. Because somebody will be looking for that. And that thing was pretty cool. So I went ahead and picked it up too. So just some cool stuff I picked up at the from her. And I thought that was really neat. I'll go over some other stuff. Let me catch back up with the chat, make sure everybody's good. Sorry, I'm just blabbing about everything that I picked up. Or at least, I've never seen this piece. And I had picked up a piece a few weeks ago that had a bear sticking out the front, and it had the same kind of tires on it, same name. But this one is a Datsun police car. I hadn't cleaned this up whatsoever. You can see how dirty it is. It actually had a bunch of dust on it. One of the decals has fell off the front. It had the police decal there, so I'll have to try to get that back on there. But on the back there, it's got a CD, and you can actually change your voice and talk through the car from the CD. And I've not ever seen one of those. It's pretty good size. And this was complete. In really good shape other than it's dirty. Not for sure the year. It just says made in Taiwan. So I'm going to say this is probably 80s. But anyway, never actually had or seen one of those. So he had a price to sell, so I bought it. Just something different that I thought was pretty cool, and so I just went and picked it up. Oh yeah, a few more, some die cast I got while I was there. Or well, I showed y'all this hat already. I'll show you the other remote control piece since it's sitting right here in the front. This is see if I can move this over to get this out, or at least bring it up here to where y'all can see the remote and stuff. Power Rangers, remote control Power Ranger. It's from 1994, it says on the bottom there. When we were driving around and I saw this, my thought wasn't Power Ranger right off the bat. I kind of way I looked over at it, I thought the way it was tucked back, I thought it was going to be a Voltron. I ain't gonna lie to you, because it had this remote laying in front of it. So I didn't realize that Power Rangers had this style remote control in the 90s, because usually I was thinking 80s. But I don't know why that confuses me. But anyway, I just thought I thought I'd have to pick that up. Thought it was cool. So not for sure if it works or not. It's in really good shape. I'm sure somebody's a Power Ranger collector out there that'll want it. So I picked it up. I've actually got the matching trash can that's got this robot on it. Over there I've had for a long time, or traded around for it a few years ago, just because I thought it was neat. And people are going to start collecting more of the Power Ranger stuff pretty soon. So be a great trade around piece. Let me look at the chat real quick. Bone Shaker Twin Mill. Yeah, we talked about that. Same maker as the Porsche. Now, the Porsche is trying to see who made the Porsche. The Porsche. I don't see a name brand on the Porsche. The tires are really awesome because they say Bridgestone on them. The Porsche is just cool just for a display. And I remember the car you were talking about there where it was talking about the power popper with the back end like that. It's kind of interesting. I want to eventually put some batteries in this thing, just see what it does, if the light lights up. But it is similar. I know what you're saying. It's got the same antenna. And I don't know, just kind of cool. And I'm sure it was what am I trying to say? Radio Shack piece. Yeah, the Power Rangers was after my time too, Woody. I didn't get into them. I remember seeing them on TV. I was in middle school when they started coming out. I think I was in middle school. I was just starting high school, probably just starting high school when they come out. So another cool piece, I was going around. The guy had a bunch of cars in a box, and he's like, one box he said everything was $1 a piece. And I ended up pulling out this piece. This was a Matchbox. I don't know if y'all remember when a Matchbox come out. You don't see them open very often. But this was down in there, and I paid him. I paid $2 for this one, and I think I paid a couple dollars for one other one. But I can't remember. There was like two that I paid a couple. I think it was this one. But anyway, the rest of them I gave $1 for. Y'all remember those? So anyway, and then also this is the Acceleracers. This one come out of the slot car set from the Acceleracers. I saw one at the 127 the other day. A guy wanted $50 for the box, and it had one car in it. I didn't want to get 50 for it, but I'd like to have it, so I probably could have completed it with this car, because I just figured the Accelerator stuff's pretty expensive. It was after my time too. I didn't really collect it, but I did pick it up because I'll be able to trade it around eventually. And so anyway, I picked those pieces up. Let me hop back and chat, and I'll show you these other pieces I picked up, Hot Wheels and stuff. Gotta run, everybody. Awesome. Have a good night, Woody. James says found the new Hot Wheels Halloween 2025 Night Shifter and Hollowback. That's pretty cool. I've not seen the new ones. I've not really went and looked really a whole lot either though. So, did I miss somebody? Chris saying, "Hey Eddie," or did I mess up? Oh, maybe simple customs, Doug, right above you. Sorry about that. Good evening. How you doing, Eddie? 5-all. Forrest says 5-all. I guess it's something up there that anyway, this was something else that I picked up. This was in a dollar box, and I've not ever seen one of these. I love the Rat Fink style stuff. This is kind of newer. This is 20. It's listed as 2012 or 2013. Kind of hard to see. Oh yeah, 2013 there on the base. But I don't know nothing about those. I just thought Frankenstein running the hot rod. I just thought that was pretty cool, so I had to pick it up for $1. That's cool. So anybody knows much about them? I'm sure there's a whole line. Be kind of fun to get those, collect those. I'll have to put him out here with Frankie back there. So get back to the dollar cards that I've ended up picking up. This was in the dollar bucket. There was 2 or 3 boxes. Whenever I put the video out, you'll probably see them. 2 or 3 boxes. They were like $1 a piece, and then there was like a bucket for $3, and another bucket that I got him out of, and another car out of, or this car out of. That was more, but this was in the dollar bucket, and I had this exact same. This is a GoBot, Harley GoBot. I don't know if y'all remember GoBots or not, but this is a Harley GoBot, and I couldn't get over, seeing this. I flashed back. I had the exact same one when I was a kid, and so for $1, I was all over it. All right, James, have a good one, buddy. Thanks for coming by and checking us out. So anyway, that's the Harley Davidson GoBot. I can't remember this guy's name at all. In great shape. Stickers are still really nice on it. So anyway, I couldn't pass it up. But I was really excited because right when I looked down in the top, and y'all know we just talked about these the other day, this was laying on top for $1, and I was tickled to death. Yes, it's in rough shape. It's kind of weird though. I hadn't seen these in a long time, and then I've found 2 of them in the last 3 weeks or 4 weeks, and so that for $1, I know it's not perfect, but I'm gonna pick it up all day because I got an example of it now. So that was killer for $1. And of course, he had this color changer in there for $1 of the 80s Firebird. Not bad shape, really. I don't see any major chips or anything. So I picked it up, and then I picked up a bunch of the mini color changers, color racers. The Ferrari Testarossa mini color changer. There's another Porsche. That's the Porsche 929 mini color changer. They had $1 a piece on them, so I wasn't going to leave them for $1 a piece. Some people collect them, some people don't. A lot of people think they're micro machines. There's the 3-window 34 he had. The white 57 Chevy there, which is, I think this turned to pink and white. I can't remember, but I think so. And then you got your Ford delivery there. Like I said, all these in the dollar table. So I was like, dollar bin. So I was like, I'll go ahead and pick those up. And let me see what somebody's saying here. It's the Frankenstein is a Monster 500 car. There were several monsters made like that, even a few larger ones. Oh, cool. I think a larger one would be really cool. Um, I don't know if they expensive yet or not, but I've not seen them yet. And I always have something cool like this I see out and about. And I'm gonna pick it up. Sometimes the years don't really matter. I mean, if you just something catch your eye. And then the vampire in the hearse is the cool. I hadn't seen that. I definitely would like to pick up a few more of them eventually, but I want to get them out of the dollar table or so. And then this was, see, yeah, this one I picked up. This is the last of the cars I think I picked up. Um, this is a uh, Camaro. I mean, Camaro. This is a Firebird, but it's made by uh, Midget Toys. I think is what it's called. No, I'm sorry. It is a Tootsie Toy from Rockford, Illinois. It's just a newer Tootsie Toy. So this would have had to come out in the 80s since it's an 80s style Firebird. So I just thought that was cool. So I picked it up too. Anyway, that takes care of, I believe that's all the cars that I ended up buying this weekend. Something else that I thought was really cool I picked up. I don't know if it works or not, but a Donkey Kong watch from Nintendo. I don't know much about it. I just know that the price was right, and I don't know if it works yet, but I think it'd be kind of cool to get it to see if it'll work. And I'm sure I'll be able to trade around something to, for this, because obviously I don't collect the Donkey Kong stuff. I just thought it was really cool to have a wristwatch with the game built in. Kind of remind me of old school, but I mean, it's not that old. I think it's like it says 1994 there on the back. So y'all probably know more about that style, that kind of stuff than I do. The 90s stuff, early 90s I know some of, but the late 90s I know nothing about. I was 80s, 70s, and 80s. I was 80s mostly, but I did play with some stuff that's from, um, you know, um, somebody was asking, oh, it might have been Jane. Maybe this was the car he was talking about for the 80th anniversary. He was wondering, he saw that Tampo back there. I don't know. I forgot about that being back there. This one actually was one of the premier packages. Remember it had two packages. One of them was half white and the other one was like mostly red. Sorry, I'm just blabbing again. So anyway, yeah. Oh, my buddy was there and he gifted me this poster. I'm gonna try to pull it out so y'all can see it. If y'all don't remember, I think I showed y'all where this Firebird back here. Sorry, the Pepsi Challenger back there that Don Perdome had signed that Chris sent me. This is the poster with that car on it. You gotta check this out. He literally was like, I was like, how much you want for the posters? And he said, you can have one as a gift. So thought that was awesome. I'm gonna see if I can show it to you. Might not be everybody's cup of tea, but I was super excited about it. I want you to kind of, I don't know if y'all can see this or not. It's been rolled up since new. But there it's racing, but check out the back end of this poster. I was just like, that's a killer poster. And so obviously I'm gonna get this thing put in the frame. Uh, but it's awesome. And I like the way that they blurred out the back end of the cars. So it looks like they're doing about 200 mile an hour sitting still there in that picture. But man, that was awesome to go with that. So I've got to definitely put that in the poster, put that underneath it, and that'll make an awesome display somewhere when I can get it out. Sorry. Yeah, this poster was killer. I was so excited when I saw the poster because I was thinking, would it be cool to have that car? Um, so now Not that I'm really going to be hunting it, but if I come across the other car on this poster, I think it'd be cool to put it with it and have both of them. So I love the poster. So he just gifted it to me. I was tickled to death to have it. He knows I'm big into this stuff, so uh, he was cool with just me having it because he knows I'm gonna put it up and actually put it in a frame. So let me think. Did we go over everything I kind of picked up this weekend? Um, I think I did. I think I picked. This is pretty much. I didn't pick up a ton. I'll probably watch the video and be like, oh, I forgot to show you this. That happens all the time when I start editing the video. Um, but some really cool pieces this weekend. Um, I like to find a few more different ones of these. I know they had a whole set. Had Freddy, a couple other pieces, so I'm looking for those. I want them loose, if I can get them loose. I wouldn't mind finding a few more of these, like y'all were talking about a while ago. Thought that was awesome. So, uh, anyway, went over the rarities. Got the Beat 16 back there. We can talk about. Let's see where we're at on here. My birthday's in December. Randy says, what's he looking for? Let me go back up. Poster is sweet. My birthday's in December. Yeah, that poster will be very difficult, but I can point you in a direction where you can buy one or get one. I'm pretty sure because he had a couple more. Of this exact poster, the one he had hanging, this was actually one rolled, and I took the tape off of it. This is the way they come in that sleeve. But yeah, I can point you in the right direction, Randy. If you want to message me, I'll tell you who's got it because I don't, I just don't want to announce, you know. So anyway, in case I never asked him if it was all right to tell everybody that he gave it to me. I'm pretty sure he'd be all right with it, but you know how it goes. But I'll let you know, Randy. If you want to message me, I'll point you in the right direction if you're looking for one. So anyway, so tickled to death with the A-Team hat pickup. I gave $2 for it. Tickled to death with the Trans Am hat pickup. Never seen the painter's hat before like that, so I was tickled to get that. And y'all want to talk about these some more? I mean, I may have bored y'all to death with these. I haven't got the last two yet, but I'm flying out Tuesday to go to the convention. My main goal, besides my main goal is to finish this setup. I picked up a Classics go-kart recliner yesterday. What is a Classics go-kart recliner? I know what the Classics go-kart maybe is, but I don't know what the recliner is. Sorry. So anyway, plan on finishing these last two up at the convention. When I get back, obviously we'll have a few shows on it, but we'll do this real quick. There was something else I was going to talk about, but I can't remember right off the bat. Sorry. So I can go through each one if you want. Oh, red line. Oh, I got you. There's the cars. I don't know if y'all want me to pull them all out and show y'all right now, or if y'all are good with that. But obviously, y'all kind of know the deal. We're gonna finish this setup. Then after I get back, we'll run it for 2 or 3 weeks. Let everybody know, and then we'll know whenever we're gonna give it away on the live sale. I mean on the live, not sale. I don't sell live. I tried to whatnot and lost big time on trying to sell some of the old cars that I had. So, but anyway, when I get back, and hopefully I've got this finished up, we will let everybody know for a couple of weeks, and then I'll tell you exactly when we're going to do the giveaway. And then everybody can get in, and we'll do the giveaway live on here. And I'll figure out a way to do it before then. And I'll have some help with that, I'm sure, whenever we do that. So anyway, oh yeah, did y'all see the? Did y'all see all the? I don't know if everybody saw it or not. Did everybody see the? I'm sorry. Oh wow. Yeah. Okay. I just got a text from or a message. I'm sorry, through Instagram from Mid Century Monsters. He probably sent it a while ago. Um, he sent me a picture of a track set that car goes into, and oh, there's the packaging. See, I knew y'all, not all y'all would know, and if anybody would know, I'm sure about the monster stuff, it's going to be Mid-Century Monsters. Uh, but that's pretty cool. I never saw those or never really paid attention to them. Um, no, I was going to show you. Did everybody see the um, convention cars? They finally got all of them and showed them in the packaging. They showed the party car, which is a 55 gasser. I'm super excited about it um, because obviously I collect the gasser, um, and I'm still missing the NFTH. So one of these days, maybe I'll get a hold of that. But I was going to show y'all that picture if I can pull it up real quick. Um, there's the cars on their packaging. Um, Obviously, I'm going to keep a combi. I'm going to loosen it up for my combi collection, and I'm going to keep the 55 gasser. Unfortunately, I won't have but one of those 55 gassers, but that's all right. That's all I need for my collection. Unless somebody sells me one cheap while I'm there, I might pick up one because I've already had people message me if I would have any extras of that, and I do not because I will collect the 55 and I collect the combi. Um, More than likely, since I'll be in California, if I get a pretty good deal on them, I'll probably be selling most of these out there, so I don't have to take a lot of that stuff home. Because um, these two, I will definitely be loosening up for my collection. But anyway, just a reminder of what's coming out there, in case y'all didn't know. Um, they've got the new. What am I trying to say? Of course, the new Black Widow 83's been out. I'm sure y'all probably seen a lot of it, and the NFTH on the 83 Silverado I'm still missing. And there's the red one that I'm missing right now. There's a dark gray that I've seen floating around. Now, I don't know if that was a production, but I've seen quite a few of the dark gray ones that was same stripes as that light blue one. I don't know if that actually come out or not. How many colors of go-karts is there? Blue, orange, um, 4, I believe. I'd have to look. I may have them. That's one of the classrooms I collect. They hadn't done a go-kart in a long while, I can remember. But I think I've got most of them. I'm thinking there was 4. I know there's like a chrome, blue, an orange, and a red, I want to think. But I'll have to double check for sure. I was actually moving some stuff around, and if you do collect, I think this was one of the last go-karts I remember them ever doing in this 5-pack. Um, and I happen to have it over here. I hadn't loose. Only reason I got this is for that go-kart. I just hadn't opened it yet. Come out in 2012, so 2013. That's the last one I can remember. If y'all can remember one since then, I may not have it. But as far as I know, I think I've got every go-kart. And I think this was one of the last ones I didn't have, and I got it. Uh, oh yeah, green and black. I'll have to try to see. Um, a lot of my go-karts are in this case that's kind of unfortunately dead right now. I still hadn't had a chance to take it apart. Well, I took it apart, looked at it, checked the motor out. We got to figure out a way to drive the motor because buying the motor and everything together is going to be like $160. But is it going to do the same thing that this one did? And I think I'm going to have to beef up the motor because drag buses are very heavy. And I had about 60 something drag buses or so, I think. 50 to 60 drag buses all on, as they go together. And I think all that was hard for it to come around. And I think that's what actually ended up burning the motor out. But anyway, that's beside the point. Yeah, there's quite a few of the classics. I know there was 4. There might have been 6 colors on the classics. Um, but anyway, I'll write it down. I don't know. I'm gonna write the go-kart down. Um, it's one of the castings that I collected all through the years. Like I started collecting in '97 with the Scorching Scooter. I think y'all know that. But then '98 was the first edition, the green one, and ever since that one come out, I've collected them all. Yeah, there's a red and the car wax that he was talking about, the car wax. Oh, I was just talking go-karts in general. Yeah, there's quite a few different go-karts over the years. I couldn't tell you. Right now, I can physically see a couple of classics because I've got some over there. I can see across. I just can't get there right now from here without going all the way around because of the way I got everything stacked over here. But I see the treasure hunt sitting there loose, and I see the chrome one sitting there, and I think it was a classics in chrome for right there. I can see it because it's sitting next to the treasure hunt of the what is that thing called? The Express. It's a little shopping cart. I forgot the name of it right off the bat of my mind. I don't know why, but I happened to look over and see it uh, sitting there right there in the front because at one time I had a lot of go karts over in that other case, and I moved a bunch of them over here. So yeah, there's a ton of go karts, and like I said, in '98 they come out. I love that casting, so I always bought the Scorching Scooters. I always bought the go-karts. I try to buy as many as the drag buses. I had quite a few of them, but I've sold a few over the last couple of years, and now I may slowly start keeping those. I don't know yet, but I would. Yeah, as far as I know, unless y'all know of a new one, this was the last one I knew about, and I'd actually didn't pick this one up until probably this last year because I didn't even realize that I'd missed this one because they hadn't done a go-kart in so long. And if y'all can think of any go-karts, what do y'all think the hardest go-kart is, as far as variations go? I don't know of any of them that are super, super hard to get other than, when I find my one, I've got one that's on the virtual collection where the tempos are swapped colors. I found 2 of them out of the thousands I looked through. I found 2. I've got one of them, and my buddy's got the other one. We traded, so he would have it. And he's got a couple areas I like to have. A lot of people say it could be an error, but I found 2 with the tempos were completely reversed in color. So that's got to be some type of rare variation. But anyway, when I find that, there's a box that's got a lot of rare stuff somewhere up there, variation wise, and that one's in there. Because over the years, how many virtual collections have y'all looked at? Like, if y'all know, come out in 2000, there was a virtual collection go-kart. They're silver and white on the tampos, like a little dots, and then the white. Well, the tempo was completely reversed in the colors, and I found 2 of them over the years. And I'll still look at every one of them I see just to see if I can find another one. But anyway, I'll show it to you whenever I can find that. Just kind of fun. That's the rarest variation I know of, and the rarest one. Everybody still claims there's a 3-spoke first edition. Now that might be an error, but I've never seen a real one. Seen pictures of some. Seen one. A couple of guys back years ago tried to fake. You can kind of look and tell. I'm not saying that there's not some errors out there. One of the errors or 2. But the rarest variation I know of in the go-kart that is for sure is the tempo is reversed color-wise. One silver and the white dots are completely reversed, and the tempo and the Hot Wheel tempo is like the silver, instead of the white or whatever, and then the dots are white. Pretty obvious if you see them together. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to find that and I'll show it to you. Yeah, there is um, quite a few of them. I think there was 4 or 6 of the racing go-karts. Um, Randy said there was an antique store in Goodlettsville, both had the go-karts, various years, and several scorching scooters. Oh, okay, cool. You got the T-Hunch of the Bad Bagger. I collected the OCC chopper and the y'all remember the OCC chopper when it come out? Maybe. I also collected before that was the Blast Lane was the next motorcycle I collected. Um, my first motorcycle was a Scorching Scooter, and then of course the Blast Lane come out in 2000 as the 2000 first edition. The go kart I collected, it come out in '98. I'm trying to remember the '99 cast. There was always one cast in every year that I just thought was awesome, and I picked it up and I had to have it. Um, the new casting I'm really wanting so really bad. I've seen pictures of, and it's not going to be expensive at all. Is the Monopoly car for 2026? Mattel's making it. I was really surprised they hadn't made it before now, but I'm excited about that car coming out. Um, yeah, I collected a Bad Bagger and I collected a Blast Lane. I've still got quite a few Blast Lanes. I sold a lot of the special edition Jiffy Lubes and stuff, but I've got a few of them left. I just thought it was a cool looking piece. A 5-pack. It might have been 5-pack because there was treasure hunts in some of them. They had like the bus. Remember the Volkswagen? I mean the not the Volkswagen, but the school bus was like a treasure hunt. I think there was a hydroplane. Remember the hydroplane? I just saw one of them laying somewhere. I swear I just saw one of those laying around somewhere. NASCAR. Where did I see that? Oh, it might have been in Daddy's stuff. Uh, he bought a whole box of stuff I hadn't looked through yet. I hadn't even thought about. I just remembered it. I want to think it's laying in here. Let me look real quick. This was one of the things that was in there. Do y'all remember the Cheerios that come out with all the different? They were Hot Wheels, but they were like the Kyle Petty cars. There's a whole bag of them right there I want to go through because I really like that car right there. Because I've got the real car outside the Charger. So every time I find that Charger right there, that's the closest thing to my 74 that they make is that one. But anyway, that one. I could have swore that I just saw that in this box. I must have been mistaken. Because I was moving some stuff around and I happened to look, I was looking through that box. But I don't see it. I apologize. I could have sworn that there was one laying in his box. Because most of that stuff in that box is all NASCAR related stuff. But I guess I was wrong. Maybe I was moving another box or something and I seen it. Apologize for that. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, let me go back here. A lot of hydros, Ford said, because his dad raced. That is cool. Yeah, the hydros were pretty cool. I think I don't know what's the rarest hydro. Probably the backwards flame on the wing on the flamethrower set, maybe. It's probably the rarest one. Oh yeah, the mid-century monster said the rare Yamaha and Go. That was an employee car, but they ended up releasing quite a few of those. It seemed like there was a silver and a gold, and they both were stamped employee. And I think the gold one was actually the ones they gave out to employees, and the silver ones somehow made it into the shops for sale. Well, that's pretty cool. That's awesome that he raced those cars. There's a big race in Cocoa that I'm wanting to go see. There, I think they're racing some of those type. I might be thinking of the wrong type of wrong type of boats, but I'm not 100% sure. But I'm excited about seeing that. Hopefully they'll see that next year. I'm trying to, man, for some reason, I swear I just saw that's, oh well. I move so much stuff around when I'm trying to get ready to do these shows. because literally I'm trying to get this straightened out, obviously, eventually. But I've got so much stuff going on the next few weeks that it's going to be difficult to get it all. What was I? Oh, yeah. Well, anyway, I was looking for it, but I did not. I don't know where it is right now. Oh, power flickering. We must have some storms outside. I hope that didn't stop anything on y'all's end. Man, I swear I saw that hydroplane laying here. As soon as I get off here, I'll stand up or something. It'll be like right there within arm's reach. Oh, I see it. I know I saw it somewhere. Y'all probably remember these. These come out in, I think they were around 99. And the main reason I believe I set that one aside, I collected a lot of the 97 through 2000 and 97 through 2000. Whenever they were running a Hot Wheel race car. So, sorry. Yeah, that's the hydroplane. I knew I'd saw it. There were some pro circuit cars laying up there, and this was mixed in with it. And this is a limited edition. This one doesn't say treasure hunt. Some of them said treasure hunt right there in the corner. I think they might have been. I don't know if they were the buses. Come out with hydroplanes, the buses, the go karts, and then I've got the full set of Scorching Scooter. Matter of fact, it's right here. And this is probably the only. This is probably the only one that I don't have. I don't have these loose. All the rest of my go-kart, I mean, I've got all the other Scorching Scooters that I know of that's out loose, except for this. And I thought it's kind of compact enough to where you don't have to really open it. It displays pretty good. So I don't know if y'all remember this. This can also come out, whatever it is, NASCAR 2000. That's whenever all this stuff was kind of coming out. And I don't have this full set loose, but I thought might as well just display it like this. Anyway, Suburbans, yeah, there it is, Suburbans. That you're right, 100%. I knew there was a few different ones that they did in NASCAR, and the Suburbans kind of made sense to me because they actually would have a lot of those at the racetrack. But anyway, Scorching Scooter maybe not so much, but back in this back in there it was the drag bus was 98's big car. 97. No, I'm sorry, 96. 96, 97 was. What was the big car in 97? 98 to me was the go-kart. That was one that I collected all through. Can't remember 99, 2000. But anyway, in 2000, drag buses, Scorching Scooters were hot, and Camaros. Camaros was kind of like the top. Everybody collected Camaros and VW buses. It seemed like nonstop for a long time. Never did get into the 67 Camaros that much. Yeah, I really like that. I really like that set, Randy. It's too nice. Literally, I remember who I bought this from, and all I did was open it, slid it out of the box once, slid it back in. You have a new Ninja Turtles 4-pack box set. I don't guess so. Do they have they got some good cars in it, or a car? I hadn't really kept up with. I think the last Ninja Turtle thing that I've opened or had as far as Hot Wheels was the drag bus. Thought it was cool, but I don't know. I don't know about the Ninja Turtle 4-box set. I guess I hadn't really looked at it. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, that is a good set, and it's like if I even got another set of those, I don't know how many sets actually exist like this. Because I mean, I know they sold them individually too. Because every one of these, well, let me pull this back in. Every one of these is individually packaged, so you literally could take these out and display them if you wanted to. But I just thought the display was too good, and to me, I didn't really feel like. The only way I would ever go try to hunt all these is to buy another one of these sets. If I could find one, maybe somebody's got the box trashed and it's cheap enough, I might open it just so I can say I've got them all open. But these ones I probably won't ever open. I do have the 44 car open, and the John Deere one I believe I've got open, and there's a couple of other ones. Oh, there's a cat one. But to get the whole set, um, unless I did it, I would only do it that way. Because it's just be too much trying to hunt them here and there. I don't know what them sets would go for today. They're probably not as expensive as what I'm thinking, because I got it for a really good deal when I got mine. Uh, but anyway, that's pretty much everything. Yeah, I don't keep up with the. I guess it's my fault. I don't keep up with a ton of the new stuff. Tell you the truth, just because. Oh, I have seen that. Let me show you this. Um, he sent me a couple more pictures. There's the Yamaha hauler he was talking about. It's employee exclusive in gold. Um, there was a gold and a silver, the exact same tempo, except for and the wheels and the bike was actually chrome on one of them and that. And then I seen that 4-car set you're talking about with the Ninja Turtles, because I almost bought that one at the end by itself just because he was in a turtle band. But I just didn't get in. I mean, I don't guess I got into the turtles as much. I mean, I watched the movie when it first come out, and I watched some of the TV show back when I was a kid, but never really got into collecting a lot of the turtle stuff. They got some really cool stuff out there. I've seen a lot of people that collect it. I personally just don't. Have a good one, Chris. I appreciate it. Yeah, you'll see me. I'll holler at you this weekend, Chris. We'll get all that finalized and figured out. Um, um, yeah, I'm gonna fly out, hang out with Chris for a week. Go to the convention. I think it's his first convention. I'm excited about it because I think this will be. I've been to California a few times, but generally don't go out there because I can't bring anything major big back. So, um, but obviously I'll be looking for. I really like to bring home. My goal every time I go to a convention is to bring home a black wall for my collection I need, a red line, and it's even if it's just an upgrade, I'm good with that too. But I mean, a red line black wall wheel rider. Kind of like to hit all those big staples, at least one every convention, because you have such a selection there. And the prices sometimes are not as bad as what you think they would be. Some of them are, but there's a lot of competition there, and there's a lot of cars to look at. And what I find most of the time is that if you're looking for older stuff, you'll go into some of these rooms. I don't know if y'all go to the conventions much. I don't know who all going. If any of y'all are going, let me know. I'd like to holler at you while we're there. But anyway, you'll go to these rooms and you'll look around and everything will be like, 2010 up or 2020 up even, and then there'll be 2 or 3 outlier pieces that'll be just odd and like what, and it just but because they might have. Uh, so anyway, you'll find something that's odd that doesn't really go. They might have either collected it or they could have bought it in a collection, and it just that's where I find my best deals is that they don't care about the older stuff that much and they're into new stuff. So let me read this. Somebody's saying they got a YouTube channel. Who's got the YouTube channel? Let me look. Uh, did I miss something? Sent on Instagram. Got to go. Chris said he had to go. Easy, Chris. Randy, do you have a YouTube channel? Is what he said. He said, nah, maybe soon. That's cool. Chris does have a YouTube channel. I don't know if that's something y'all were thinking about or not, but that's cool, Randy. You should try it. It's pretty cool. You may or may not. It's a lot of editing unless you don't have to edit as much as I do. But I say anybody that's thinking about it, they want to try it, I'd say try it. You may like it. I didn't know anything about it. I tried it. I love doing the editing part. Not big into the. I'm more into editing than anything. I love to film it too. I don't really like to get in people's face a lot. I try not to put their face unless they say they don't mind. But yeah, that's cool. I was opening a box down here, and I don't remember where these cars. I just happened to look down and see these cars sitting here, and I can't remember why these cars are sitting here. Um, they're all red lines. Unless for some reason I must have pulled this out because it's sitting here. I don't know if we talked about it a while back, but I was moving stuff around and I saw this and it was full of red lines. Got a nice looking J car there. Little twin mill. I forgot about these little whatever Monte Carlo stocker there. Anyway, oh yeah, we were talking about poison pintos last week. There's a not in great shape though. Yeah, that Monza's in good shape though. I guess I just put a lot of chrome stuff in there. Check out the Monza. Not too bad. Red line if you're in the Mazda. Anyway, sorry about that. I just got sidetracked. Seen that red line case. I moved it earlier, and I'm like, why is that sitting there when I went? But anyway, I guess that's about it. Anything y'all want to talk about or know more about for next week? Oh yeah, don't forget next week. I don't know if I'll have the live Tuesday or not. I'm going to be flying Tuesday out to California, and we may try to do one out at Chris's place. He done said something about it, but it may not be Tuesday. It might be on Wednesday. Y'all just look for that if y'all are, wanting to see what's going on out there. And then I'll be flying back on the following Tuesday. And the reason I'm doing Tuesday to Tuesday is because it's cheaper to fly on Tuesday, in case nobody didn't know. A lot cheaper to fly out and fly back on Tuesday than it is any other day of the week. And sometimes Wednesday, but Tuesday's this time. And then when I go to SEMA, I'll be doing the same thing again. I'll be flying out Tuesday and to Tuesday. That's my cars you were going to send me. Which ones is that? Have a Hot Wheels drag race a couple times a year, about 25 show up. Gambling thing. Everyone loves it and can't wait till next one. When is Brandy, let me know when that's going on. I wouldn't mind coming out and checking that out if I can make it free. The reason I say I gotta make it is because of the way my schedule's got everything laid out. And if I know when it is, I can put it on, pencil it in, so I don't make any other plans. So I can try to make it if that's cool. I wouldn't mind coming out and check it. We talked about it before, and I just hadn't got a chance to check it out yet. I tune up 150 Hot Wheels for each event. That's cool. That'll be fun, Randy. For sure. But I think I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping this up. I don't know why I've got these cars sitting down here. Oh, I know what those are. Those are all those flip cars. These are all my personal flip cars. I just happened to set them off here into this, set them over here. Sorry. My mind went somewhere else for a minute, trying to remember why those were there. But anyway, if there's anything y'all want to know more about or talk about, let me know. I'll put it on the list. You can always Instagram me. I've had some Instagrams. That's how we went on the rap page. We went over the S2000s, and we talked about the action pack and the black walls. All those were Instagram messages from people. And I know a couple of them probably don't even watch like while we're live, because obviously some of them work and they can't. But they watch them later, and that's really cool too. So. Yeah, just let me know, Randy, what works for you, and I'll try to make it work some way or another. Especially cool to do it toward the winter months. And the reason why is because a lot of things slow down in the winter, seems like, get around here anyway. But anyway, well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up right now. I've got Porsches wrote down. I've got go-karts wrote down, and I've got the blue book still wrote down for set of 4, series 4, blue book. I'm still looking. I've actually got to look there, and I've actually looked. I've got to go out to the shop. I'm pretty sure I have some of these, and if I see one at the convention, I may just pick it up so we can talk about it, because this is the blue book you're talking about actually come in a 3-pack, and the book was at top on this. And they did like a couple, 3 years there that they did these. Maybe it was 4 since that's a series 4. But anyway, they also did those books started in 95, those flip books, 95, 96, 97, 98. A lot of people collected those flip books years ago. First year of the treasure hunts and all that. But anyway, well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I don't know if I bored everybody to death tonight. Just some stuff that we had. I thought that was fun. And if there's anything else y'all want to know more about before I get back. Now, like I said, I won't be here Tuesday, and the next Tuesday I may or may not be here in time to do the live here. So I may have to push it off, so it might be Tuesday or Wednesday or something if I can get caught back up. But I won't have a lot over whatever Chris, whatever y'all want to talk about, y'all think about it. Because if I do have a live, it'll be with Chris, and I won't have a lot there to, I won't have cars there yet because we won't be to the convention till Wednesday, I think, early. But I appreciate it, Randy. That's the blue book. Yeah, I'm looking for it. I know for a fact I've got a couple of them because the ones I kept had there's 1 or 2 cars that I collected in, and I kept one of each book throughout the years, but I kept finding it is my biggest thing. I hadn't been able to find it yet. So, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Like I said, if y'all want anything else, y'all can either put it in here. I'll probably see it. But if not, y'all just Instagram me or email me. If there's anything that y'all have coming up, start thinking about next year, that something that y'all might want to, like a show or something that y'all might want to see, or a show that I need to go to that I hadn't ever been to, that kind of thing is what I'd like to do some. So we talked about that. We're going to talk about it some more. Just depends on when I get out there. Got to get this computer out there. My other camera has completely messed up. I can't get it to even come on anymore. This one. So we'll be using this one right here. I hope it was good enough. I want to eventually try to figure out my GoPro, because they say you can hook it up through here and that should make a better picture. But anyway, I'll do the best I can with what I got, and I just like to keep y'all informed as much as possible. I need to get up on some of the newer stuff now. Only thing I've really paid attention to is the stuff that I really like, and I know I need to start paying attention to more of all of it, because I know everybody's into a little bit of different stuff. So, but anyway, I appreciate everybody coming back and seeing me. I hope everybody has a great week and good weekend. Rod Run video will be out tomorrow if you're into cars at all. It's got a little bit of swap meet. It's got it's a full walkthrough, and it's it's 2.5 hours long. It's longer than most movies. So I don't expect everybody to watch the whole thing. But if you just want something to put on in the background to look up at and listen to, I basically talk through 99% of it, like just talking what I thought it was and what I thought about stuff. And I did it a little different this time than I normally do. I mean, I literally just talked the whole time. And I just thought it was neat. Like I said, it was 2.5 hours to go through every show car. All the cars are outside, and all the vendors and everything. So, but anyway, nothing crazy. Y'all may not be into it, but if you're into cars at all, it's a pretty cool show. But then I got the Redneck Rumble, which is all the stuff I picked up here, which got some cool cars and some swap meet stuff there. I actually took the golf cart out there. That'll be hopefully the next video that'll come out. And then I don't know about next week's video yet, because I'll be out in California. Maybe he's put something out at the convention. It'd be fun if I could figure out how to go live at the convention one day. I don't know. We might try that, but we'll see. Anyway, I'll go ahead and let everybody go. Sorry I keep rambling. And it was a great show. I'm glad everybody enjoyed it. And y'all have a great night. Anybody that's going to be at the convention, let me know. I'd like to holler at y'all while I'm out there, or at least talk to y'all. And I hope to catch y'all maybe I'll be on next Tuesday. If not, check out the videos. See if you like it. Might not be your cup of tea. And the Redneck Rumble should be out directly after that, where I picked up some of these Hot Wheels. And all this stuff should be on there. So anyway, y'all have a good one, and we'll talk to y'all hopefully next week. Y'all have a good one. Thank y'all. I'm just kidding.